Hello, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us for this ANA eLearning Academy. We're so excited that you can all be here. I want to give a huge shout out to Bob and all the other presenters that have taken the time to put this presentation together in such a short amount of time. Most of the presenters were planning to do a lot of hands-on and face-to-face, and they turned it all into PowerPoint presentations, so we really appreciate all of you. You may come up with questions during this presentation. If you do, there is the Q&A and the chat features on the bottom of your screen. Go ahead and send those in to me. They'll come to me, and I will share those with Bob at the end of the presentation. If we can't get to your question or multiple of the questions, I will send them to Bob to answer, and then he'll send them back to me. I can get them back to you. So don't be shy about your questions. We take all questions here. If there's something we can't answer, we will make sure we can figure out a way to answer that for you at a later date. And then at the end of presentation, I'm going to send out a survey. It's going to let us know what you thought of the presentation, what you think we should improve, things like that. So please be honest on those surveys so we can improve. And then if you have questions, like I said, please send all of those in. So I want to introduce to you Bob Bair. He's going to teach on CAC and its green beans, and hope you enjoy. Thanks.
All set, Bree?
Yep.
I want to thank all of you for being part of this. I'm a former teacher and school principal and love it when people are interested in finding out new things and learning more about something like coins in particular. So a thanks to all of you guys. Obviously, a thanks to Bree and to Rob and Doug and the whole ANA for putting this together. It's just an amazing opportunity. And of course, at a personal level, I've had a lot of informational support from John Albanese of CAC and from Mickey Kumpf, his right-hand person, office manager. So I've got to give thank yous there. I'll tell you just a little bit about me. I got hooked on coins at age 11 in northwestern Wisconsin, a little town called Fall Creek near Eau Claire, where I got a paper route. And every Friday was collection day, and I got all kinds of coins, dumped them out on the living room rug and pawed through them, trying to find neat coins, and did, and got hooked. I went on to become a teacher and a 3-sport-a-year coach for 25-ish years and a school principal for 13. And that educational side of me, I've done presentations at ANA Nationals and written articles for the Numismatist and just had a ball doing it. So that's enough on me. I want to mention also now on this CAC presentation, I have taken zero special privilege I'm not on anyone's payroll. I don't get any benefits or whatever. I'm in the CAC Collectors Club, which you're going to hear about shortly. I was number 132, and there are over 1,300 members now. But I don't get any privileges beyond what any other member gets. So just to make that clear, there's no conflict of interest of any kind involved here. There's just an old fossil that loves research and loves teaching in some way. That's enough. Now let's take off on this presentation. You've got the first slide there on this eLearning Academy, which is wonderful. Okay, Bree, I can't make it move. Why is that? Maybe because I need, yep, there we go. Okay, obviously from the ANA, with some of the coins and bills that represent all that we love about numismatics. Here we come to the presentation, all right? And this is an anticipatory set, as Madeline Hunter, the educator, put it about 50 years ago. It's to get you, the class, excited about what's gonna happen. All right, so this CAC and its green beans stuff. Who is CAC? Many of you have heard about CAC to a greater or lesser extent. We're gonna find out more about that. Why do they put green beans on PCGS and NGC coin holders? What effect has CAC had on numismatics, and why should you or anyone care? We're going to delve into all of those areas. Let's take a look. Okay, here's how it got started. There's a picture of John Albanese in your upper right corner. In 2007, in the fall, John Albanese was former owner of NGC in the mid-90s or so. He sold it off. He'd been a founding dealer, one of the founding dealers of PCGS when they started in 1986. All right, he was concerned, as were lots of other major coin dealers, by the wide quality and price range that coins were getting, especially graded in the early 21st century from both PCGS and NGC. So what's he going to do about it? He decided that he would start a service that would put on a little sticker to indicate coins from PCGS and NGC that he and his expert evaluators, and I'll mention, there are only 4 guys who are evaluators for CAC. They've worked together since the 1980s, all together at NGC in particular. As I mentioned in response to a question asked, if one of those guys starts a sentence, the other 3 can finish it. They know each other that well, and they're as consistent and solid as is possible for humans to be in this subjective area of ours of evaluating and grading coins. Okay, now we come to a key point. This whole thing with CAC, they're going to put their money where their mouth is. They buy coins sight unseen. Hello? Pinch me, I'm dreaming. Nobody buys coins sight unseen. CAC does if they've endorsed it. John Albanese has given me 4 or so phone calls, phone interviews more or less, as I was getting data for this. And I asked him at one point, geez, when someone wants to sell you a CAC coin, don't you want to see it again? He said, no, we've seen it once. That's enough. Pretty strong endorsement, but then they buy at strong wholesale levels. And that is unique to CAC. Okay, how did this come about? Gradeflation, just like inflation. When I was a kid, I could buy a double dip ice cream cone for 10 cents. Now I better have $5 in my pocket when I go to Baskin and Robbins. That's inflation. Here's gradeflation. That's what happens where coin grading standards loosen for any one of a variety of reasons, and the population of third-party graded, usually high-grade coins increases a lot without the discovery or submission of new hordes of high-grade coins. Okay, why was CAC formed? Because a number of leading coin dealers felt that both PCGS and NGC were grading coins at the same grade number, i.e. MS65, but that demonstrated excessively wide ranges in quality and market prices. It's a case similar to Gresham's law in economics, where bad money drives out good. If you go to a coin show and you're looking for a particular coin, and one table has an MS65 at $8,000, I'll just pick a number, and 3 tables down there's one at $5,000, you have a tendency to want to buy the $5,000 coin. Well, are they really of a similar quality? All right, here we come to, and I've highlighted and bolded this. You're going to see this again and again throughout this presentation. By offering strong sight unseen buy prices for CAC endorsed coins that are solid for their grade, they're hoping to reduce the negative effects of gradeflation on coin people. So the impact on numismatics that these guys have had, take a look at these figures. And I hope I don't swamp you with data, but it's important to take a look at this. They currently have active coin dealer, CDNX, coin dealer newsletter exchange bids for CAC endorsed coins that on it's between 85 and $100 million. And they've sold over 600 million. This was as of May of this year, worth of CAC coins in 12 and a half or so years. They have 825 plus authorized dealers. It was 825 in May. It's probably picked up a few since then. The Collectors Club that I made reference to, that you're going to hear more about, 1,310 plus Collectors Club members. Oh, and here's another impact of CAC on numismatics. On the same day, coincidentally, several years after CAC was founded, PCGS and NGC both announced that they would offer plus grading for, quote, better, unquote, coins within a given grade. They're tightening things up a little bit because of the impact of CAC. All right, so how hard is it to get an endorsement from CAC? Pretty tough. Take a look at this. Only 43.8% of all coins submitted to CAC over a 12-plus year period have received a green or a gold bean. A green bean means that they endorse it at that grade. A gold bean, which is very rare, you can see 0.46%. A gold bean is a coin that they see as really belonging at least one grade point higher. So how many coins have shown up at CAC from NGC and PCGS? 1,262,973. That was as of mid-May. All right, and taking that percentage, 552,676 have beaned. However, 710,297 have not. They're consistent, as consistent as four people can be, who've worked together all those years, and they hold coins to a very high standard because they're ready to buy them sight unseen. All right, so how do they do this? How do they determine a bean coin? Well, it's just like in school, and that works well with an old teacher like me. They view coins as being A or B or C or D at any grade, at MS 65, at MS 62, whatever. And initially, those coins would tend to break out in a bell curve distribution. All right, so what do those letters mean? Well, A coins are coins perceived by the four evaluators as being strong for the grade. B, solid for the grade. C, low end. They just squeaked in, just made it. D coins are low for the grade, even overgraded for the grade. All right, those four guys only want to put their endorsement on A and B coins and here are the two things. People sometimes ask, how do they do this? Where are they operating from? It's eye appeal and originality. Eye appeal is largely influenced by luster and perhaps toning if a coin is really pretty, and originality. Has the coin been dipped? Has it been, etc.? They want those two things. Why? And there it is in bold type again. Sight unseen buybacks on coins that they bean. They're not messing around because they're putting their money where their mouth is. Okay, so all right, if there are A, B, C, and D coins and they fit on a bell curve, the way that many things do, human population, whatever, how come they're rejecting 56.2% of all the coins that come to them? Well, one reason, lots of crackouts where most A coins and many B coins over the years since PCGS started in 1986 and NGC in 87, crackouts have skewed the bell curve because many A and B coins have been cracked out and moved up to the next grade where they're C or D coins. But because they're in a holder with a higher number, they bring more money. All right, so the initially low percentage of C and D coins at a given grade, like MS 65, has increased because the numbers of A and Bs has been reduced. They've gone up the ladder trying for another point. We come again to that main point. They evaluate very strictly because they're committed to buying sight unseen. Oh, and I underline this because people have asked me about this. They don't care if a coin is in an NGC or a PCGS holder. They're evaluating coins, not holders. So a bean coin is a bean coin, and they'll buy it at the same sight unseen level, regardless of which of the two holders it's in. All right, so what does the coin collector or investor get? Oh, and I wish that jumping bean like that is just incredible. They put that in. I can't take credit for that, but it's a cute touch. Okay, the services to the coin person, the collectors club that I mentioned that I and 1,300 plus others are in. It's free. You don't have to pay anything to get in. You do have to be an ANA member, and you have to agree to the way CAC operates, more or less. I joined 12 or so years ago. I don't think there are any other requirements. They're not intending to be exclusionary. They want to be open. Now, there's a waiting list because they're four guys. They don't want to be overwhelmed with gazillions of coins coming in. So basically, they take an old fossil like me who was member 132, and they figure by and large, I will have submitted most of the coins I'm going to. So it's not like I'm dormant or kicked out, but they can now admit more people as guys like me who join the Collectors Club send many of their coins such that they're not overwhelmed. Okay, now take a look at this. A coin doesn't, you're in the collector's club and you send a coin and it doesn't get a bean, no charge. Hello? Am I dreaming? No charge except for two-way postage to collectors clubbers. All right, there's a free 24/7 access to CAC population. How many 1893 US dollars have been beamed in all the grades? You can go there and to the population report and find out. They also, in conjunction with Coin Dealer Newsletter, with John Feigenbaum, have worked out a retail price report also at the population site. And lastly, there's a 24/7 access to CAC authenticity. If you have a PCGS coin, let's say, and it has a bean on it and you want to confirm that it's authentic, you can type in the number at the CAC website and it'll confirm right away that, yeah, we beamed the coin at that grade with that number. Well, there are, as always, there are objections to services like CAC. Just another ripoff trying to get my money. Well, let's look at this. PCGS charges $32 a coin up to $3,000 in value. There's a $10 handling fee per submission form, plus you pay postage. NGC, it's $30 a coin, 8 handling fee plus postage. CAC submission charge, $15 a coin, up to 10K in value to collectors clubbers with no handling fee or any charge at all. Pinch me, I'm dreaming, except postage for coins that don't beam. Geez, if CAC is a ripoff trying to get your money, they're not doing very well when you look at their prices and the fact that they do freebies for collectors clubbers. What? Now we got to have another third party approving our coins? Well, yeah, only if you like a sight unseen, there it is again, a sight unseen buyback at strong wholesale market levels and a nationally recognized indication your coin is solid for the grade or better than that. I've been grading my own coin since the Truman administration. What do I need these people for? This is an important point. I think they all are, but this one's in particular. You may not. There's absolutely no substitute for individual grading skill. If you've been grading coins for a while and you're on top of that, you don't need CAC. You can pick them out on your own. All right, but for those who are less confident, CAC offers assurance, and that's a term that Dennis Baker of Numismatics used. We're going to see that later. There's assurance that the money you're spending on coins is more likely to be money well spent. This CAC stuff is just an elitist scam. They add to the total cost a submitter puts into a coin, and they won't let you submit unless you're on the waitlisted collectors club or are going through a CAC dealer. Yeah, they charge $15 for each successful coin submission, plus you pay a two-way postage cost. But just like some coins don't justify the expense of going to PCGS or NGC or Annexed, some don't justify the extra expense to go to CAC. Because they've not showed, they're never going to expand their staff. They want to maintain consistency. And they're not seeking a huge volume of submissions. They're interested, they want prompt turnaround for you guys, and they want to be consistent. And they don't do coin shows. I asked John Albanese on one of the phone calls, geez, I'd love to meet you at the ANA National in Chicago. Can I come over and introduce myself? He says, I won't be there. We don't do coin shows. They're busy with what they have. All right, but has the coin market more than justified the expenses involved? Stay tuned, we're gonna get into that. This is just a pump and dump manipulation where CAC will drive up the price of its coins with its buybacks, hold and hoard them, then completely withdraw from the market with lots of money, leaving suckers holding the bag. Well, geez, it's been over 12 years now. There are 825 plus authorized dealers, 85 to 100 million in CD and exchange CAC Bean coins bids as of May, a steadily growing customer base. I need 3 more zeros on that. I didn't catch that typo. And over 600 million, not 600,000, 600 million in sold beans later. I can't, so, you know, I pump and dump. When are they going to be pumping and dumping? They've come a long ways. I can't find out at the CAC website which specific coins they've previously rejected. I don't want to waste my time and money resending coins that'll be rejected again. Well, here's why. CAC would be sued into oblivion if they specifically identified the coins that didn't meet their strict standards. Those coins would become largely unsaleable based on their opinion. The owners of those coins would not be happy. But remember, here's why. CAC agrees that C coins, kind of low end for the grade, deserve the grade they have, but CAC just wants to endorse A and B coins, strong for the grade or solid for the grade because of their sight unseen, there's that term again, sight unseen buybacks, and to recognize those coins that are worthy of a strong price. Now we come back to the Truman administration point. If you have a pretty good sense of which coins are A and B coins at a given grade, or if you go through an experienced CAC dealer, you're probably going to have enough beaning success that it's worth your time and trouble. What the heck? I thought we were supposed to be buying coins, not bean stickers. Ultimately, we are buying coins. However, just as in everything people do, levels of skill and experience vary. Many coin people have levels of skills and experience that allow them to, they look at a bunch of coins, they can go straight for the ones that are strong for the grade, whether there's a bean on the coin or whatever third-party holders it's in, it doesn't matter. However, many others appreciate the assurance, Dennis Baker's term again, of a bean and or of the coin's holders. Sheesh, it's the owners of registry sets that are driving the price of CAC coins sky high. Rare high-end coins are sought by registry set people, and beans have helped add to their assurance that their money's well spent. So yeah, the registry set guys a lot of them are playing with big money, and they want the assurance that they're getting what their money is on the table for. Wait a minute, Bob Bair, are you trying to tell us that slab coins without a CAC bean are worthless and we should only be buying CAC coins? No, I'm not saying that. Not at all. There are lots of slab coins out there without a bean, and you should be on the lookout for them. But now we come down to how comfortable you are with your own personal judgment of coin quality, desirability, and market price. That's the key in any coin buying decision that you, I, or anyone make, whether for CAC or non-CAC. The point of this presentation is to make it clear how CAC coins have given added assurance to a coin buyer, because CAC coins have built up a well-deserved, strong 12-plus year coin market track record that it can be helpful for you and other coin people to be aware of. All right, so what does the real coin market say about CAC, not just its own self-interest driven buyback market? Do collectors and investors in the real world pay any attention to CAC coins? Okay, I'm not going to rattle down all of these, but take a look. All of these sources are part of this presentation. The initial seminal study by Mark Ferguson is a really cool one. We're going to look at that. We're going to see through the passage of time. There's Numismatics, a wholesale dealer wholesale pricing guide similar to Gracie from 2014. Gray sheets in there, blue sheets in there. Laura Sperber, a major player with Legend Numismatics and Legend Auction, is in there a couple times. The monthly supplements in there. Warren Mills of Rare Coins of New Hampshire, his monthly newsletter. We're going to look at all of these things. So let's get started, and we'll chronologically take a look at how the real coin market has responded to CAC. Here's the first one. This is a neat study. Mark Ferguson's from my home state of Wisconsin, and I knew him peripherally when I was there and when he was there, but I respect the work he's done, and he's got a newsletter out now. I'll show you a copy of that toward the end of this. But all right, he did a study over a year and a half. If you look at that first paragraph, he looked at 5,545 coins that Heritage Auctions sold from January 1st of 2011 until the 30th of June 2012, a year and a half period. A little over 4,000 were not CAC, and almost 1,500 were CAC, and he matched them up as to holder as to grade, CAC versus non-CAC. And here's what came out of this. This is pretty strong. Quote, among the general conclusions found in this market study is that in all series and all grades, CAC stickered coins are selling for higher prices on average than those same grade PCGS and NGC encapsulated coins that are not CAC approved. No exceptions were found for any series or grade studied. And I added the emphasis there of the bold type, but that's a huge, strong statement. Okay, we'll take a quick glance at a couple. Indian cents, a lot of people collect Indian cents. So what did Ferguson find when he compared a CAC MS65 red over that year and a half period to a non-CAC? $625 to $463. The difference is 162. If you look at the bottom, that's a premium percentage of 34.99%. Over on the 66 red, I don't want to bury you under data, but the average CAC price premium was $936, which translates to almost 80%. Let's take a look at another series. Here's Morgan dollars. A lot of people like Morgan dollars. Let's just look at the average CAC price premium. And remember what Ferguson said, no exceptions in any series at any denomination. MS65s, 77, 66, 154. At the bottom line, what's the CAC premium percentage? 43.75, 41.62, and so on. CAC coins are bringing, during that year and a half period at Heritage Auctions, brought substantially more than non-CAC coins. 20 libs, once again, average price premium in MS64, $218, 942 in MS65, translates at the bottom, 9.16%, 23.67%. No exceptions in any grade or any denomination. Okay, we come to Numismatics, that wholesale guide that Dennis Baker is a major figure in. You can see the headline, CAC coins realizing higher premiums, but you can't read the type. Hey, no fears. I typed everything out, transcribed it on the next slide. So here we go. All right, CAC coins realizing higher premiums. Here's that term assurance. CAC is not insurance, but it is assurance. It's a third opinion quality control that assures the buyer that this particular coin is well above average for the grade, and in many cases, very close to the next higher grade. In fact, the eye appeal of a CAC coin often makes it look better than some coins that grade technically higher. The chart below shows prices realized for similar coins in the same grades, the exception being that one from each comparison is a CAC stickered coin. These examples were selected from the April of 2014 Central States Heritage Auction. Well, you can take a look at the figures there that Dennis Baker picked out for the June 2014 Numismatics. In every instance that he cited, the CAC coins bring more than the non-CAC coins. Okay, next one. Here we have Gracie, where I highlighted part of it that you, of course, can't see. This is from March 20th, 2015. But hey, once again, I typed it out for you on the next slide so you can see that highlighted part. Okay, and right now I can't see the top line of that. There it goes. As most traders know, a two-tier market has evolved during the past several years since the advent of CAC stickering and plus grading by PCGS and NGC. Price premiums for CAC-approved coins have continued to grow, widening the gap between stickered and non-stickered coins. Emphasis added, I put it in bold type. Therefore, many sophisticated collectors are not even playing in the market for sub-premium grade coins, now mostly found in major auctions. And there's a slide down the line that is going to take a look at that sub-premium grade coins found in major auctions. But all right, this is from March of 2015 in the gray sheet. Here's the blue sheet. Part of it's highlighted. Two-tiered market for certified coins continues. Let's see what they had to say. All of these factors, inconsistency of grading, eye appeal versus technical grade, CAC approval, and market strength matter. But a CAC sticker is currently the most reliable way to minimize risk in this market. You pay more for a stickered coin, but there's more liquidity in many issues due in large part to the fact that CAC itself makes up the largest market of sight unseen, there's that phrase again, sight unseen bidding, emphasis added by me, in the market today. These levels generally exceed sight seen of non-CAC approved coins. That was from the blue sheet of May 13th, 2016. Okay, the Laura Sperber, who's a major player with Legend Numismatics and Legend Auction. I've known her casually for about 10 years. One of the things about Laura Sperber is you never have any doubt what her true thoughts are. She will tell you what her true thoughts are. With no beating around the bush. And this was from her market report, May 23rd of 2015, after the first part of the Pogue sale came along. A note about the CAC issue in the sale. The first session had been to CAC. This sale more than proved having a CAC bean does add buyers and value to a coin. There was a clear pricing difference between the coins that were CAC and were not. People do not seem to like admitting that CAC does add value. We will say this, clearly collectors today are highly quality conscious. If a coin's not all there, the price will not be either. Pogue and Stacks will be making a bad mistake if they do not CAC the balance of the sale. While not a huge number overall, we know of at least 5 huge impact players who will only buy CAC coins. All right, Laura Sperber, her market report of that date, and I added the emphasis again with the bold type. Okay, here's where Gracie began to acknowledge CAC. This is from December 23rd through 30th of 2016. It's US gold type coins. If you look at the MS 63, 64, 65, 66, 67 columns, there's a non-CAC bid price and a CAC price. You don't have to, spend a lot of time looking at those. In every single instance, the CAC bid is higher. Here's where the gray sheet began to expand to beyond type to 20th century gold with each date in each of the 20th century gold series. Once again, everything MS63 non-CAC versus CAC is compared, and 64 and 65. And once again, all the CAC bids are higher. Okay, here's blue sheet with a bunch of highlighting that you may or may not be able to see, but it's transcribed. Debuting with the June monthly supplement, we've added pricing columns to the 20th century gold listings to distinguish values for dated coins of those series between CAC and non-CAC approved in grades MS 63 to 65. Bidders on CDN Exchange, CDNX, post high bids for CAC only coins, while unstickered examples sell for far less in auction and dealer wholesale offerings. We either had to ignore the CAC bids and market on these coins or differentiate them, which is what we decided. Particularly when it comes to 20th century gold, CAC is notoriously picky, and a very small percentage of coins get the sticker. Now this is a neat final sentence. Our biggest concern here at CDN is to protect unwitting buyers from paying CAC money for non-CAC coins. And that's why blue sheet and gray sheet began to distinguish, to make it clear to people, to coin people, that yes, there is a difference, and no, you don't want to pay CAC money for non-CAC coins. Okay, that Warren Mills, great guy. I've known and done business with him for about 10 years. He's a person of deep faith, has incredible, solid integrity, and that guy is good. He can spot a non-original coin from across the room. But here's something that he put in his newsletter in June of 2017. If you don't have time, but if you love coins, warm up to CAC, which focuses on solid coins for the grade that may be in the top 25%. Now this is important, and it shows Warren's integrity. I don't agree with all CAC stickered coins, and I feel in some instances that they should have stickered coins that they didn't. As a collector and dealer, I try to send in most of our coins that I purchase for inventory if they're $300 or more. Why? to protect the interest of our customers. It's the same kind of thing the blue sheet said, to protect people from paying CAC prices for non-CAC, for non-high grade, solid for the grade, or strong for the grade coins. And I added that emphasis with the bold type. A CAC sticker will enhance demand and liquidity in most cases. However, I must offer a caveat. CAC may sticker an unattractively toned coin, or a coin that's been over dipped. They may sticker a coin that's circulated and does not have original surfaces, or is cleaned and through aging has toned over the cleaning. Watch out for CAC copper and nickel with lots of carbon flecks. All coins should be examined individually. I added that emphasis, and this is from Warren. Bottom, several important caveats from Warren, but remember there's this sight unseen CAC buyback guarantee that offers assurance. If you buy a coin with any of those problems, you'll be able to sell it back at a high wholesale level, sight unseen. But this is important from Warren, and I really respect him. Let's see, this is from Coin Week, the same numismatic publication that did Mark Ferguson's 2012 published report. All right, this is has to do with the January of 2018 fund convention auction by Heritage. Basically, let's see, I'll just summarize. CAC approved coins brought substantial premiums, emphasis added, over coins of same date type and certified grade sold then or in the near past. Here are 10 examples. Well, I just selected 3 of them. Among many, and that's their term, I added the emphasis that could be listed. Let's take a quick look. 2 MS65 1911D Indian had 2.5s. The CAC coin, 78 grand. The non-CAC coin, 43,200. Quite a difference. MS66 1920 Walking Lib with CAC, 28,800. Non-CAC, 16,450. 33S Walking Liberty, 20,400 versus 9,987. Okay, again, emphasis added. All 10 examples showed CAC coins bringing more money than non-CAC. The median in the middle with as many above and below CAC dollar percentage realized over non-CAC was 44.4%, all from Coin Week. Okay, all right, here's Laura Sperber again, and you'll be able to tell what she thinks. Yes, here comes the CAC speech again. We're 10 years in now with CAC operations, and guess what? It's not a fad like a few major dealers try and claim to their customers. The CAC coins are highest quality every time and have more been proven of that in the marketplace by the prices realized. Recently, we've seen horrific losses from retoned proof Indian cents, some big type coins that were simply overgraded, and of course we always see collectors who own lots of bad gold. Stop the madness. The easiest test about a coin or a dealer, why is the piece not CAC? They can have many BS excuses that they want. It's 1,000% proven that you get the most money for a CAC coin. Any dealer with any brains would have every coin they own sent in for the bean. Well, there are various reasons you can think of as to why that's not the case, but we're not going to go into that now. Our market, Laura speaking, our market is PCGS CAC and a handful of NJC CAC. We do this for our customers' protection. Once again, you heard that from Warren Mills and you heard that from Blue Sheet. That's giving the customer some assurance. In one of the big deals we just bought part of, there was a non-CAC group of coins. Everyone outside the sellers is giggling because the coins won't sell anywhere near the fantasy prices they're trying to get, if they have buyers at all. Most of the coins are overgraded. The good thing is many collectors understand quality and will pay up. They want the best they can afford. Demand for CAC coins has never been stronger. Laura's market report from April 20th of 2018. Okay, some testimonials, and we're not going to do all of them. I just want to do one. But you know, if you look there, you can see Heritage. Bowers and Morena are in there. David Lawrence Rare Coins Auctions are in there. But look at the one in the center, Stacks. This one from Q David Bowers, and I think you guys, coin people, know him as just the most prolific, most incredible numismatic writer there's ever been. Here's what he had to say. Many of our clients here at Stacks are very enthusiastic about the Certified Acceptance Corporation review of PCGS and NGC coins and your continuation of quality beyond the stated grading number. In fact, we've had so much demand for CAC labeled coins that we recently modified our website search engine to facilitate bidders finding CAC coins in our upcoming auctions. Now, you can't buy Q David Bowers. Look at what he says here. I congratulate you on your well-deserved success and the great contribution CAC is making to numismatics. I don't think it gets any better than that. Oh, and look at the slogan right below this, and we're playing on the assurance theme here. Here's CAC saying, because confidence is priceless, and they're helping to contribute to that. Okay, this is from the CAC auction site, their website, where they've, now we're getting close to the present day. We're up to November of 2019, last year. Once again, I just listed 3 of 10 examples that they had that you can find on that website. Let's see, take a look at number 5. I don't want to bury you under all the detail, but in the November 15th Stacks Bowers auction, a CAC MS61, emphasized and underlined, 1836 reeded edge $half brought 14,400. In March of 2018, a non-CAC MS62, a point higher, from the same die pair, brought 13,200. So it's from the same die pair. It's got a point higher. It's not CAC. It brought $1,200 less. And you can see the number 9, 1963 quarter, 1,700 plus versus 759. And the top one, it's this, as Mark Ferguson said with that study, there are no exceptions here. Okay, now we got the fun auction, January of 2020. Again, I don't want to bury you. Let's just look at one of these. Oh, how about the last one? MS65 CAC 1897 S20 15.6, a non-CAC 11,700, and they were consecutive lots. You know, when you're live in the viewing room and you can hold one coin in your left hand and one in the right and compare them, that's hard to beat. Or, you know, when they're consecutive lots, it's pretty easy to go back and forth between the pictures. But there's a substantial difference between CAC and non-CAC in that case, once again. Okay, now we're up to April of 2020, also from the CAC website. Oh, let's see, which one should we look at here? In every case, you know, prices are higher. Oh, how about the last one again? 1831 $half, a CAC MS64, $4,168.12. CAC, our Heritage sold 2 that did not have CAC in December of 2019, 2,340 and 2,040. A CAC approved MS64 brought much more than these 2 non-CAC 1831 halves, with and without plus grades. So it's the same old story. Okay, May of 2020. Once again, let's just look at one, number 7 right in the middle of the page. CAC AU53 1818 half, 720. It's not of a rare die pairing. Heritage in January 8th at the fun show. AU53 without a CAC, $552, less money. Same story. Okay, we come, this one, I received the Heritage Central States Platinum Nights auction catalog and was sitting down on my sofa, paging through it. That's what I do when I get the catalogs. I look up all the coins and all the pages to see what's in there. And it started to strike me, geez, there aren't very many CAC coins in here. What's going on? So after I'd gone through the whole catalog and didn't see very many, I thought, I got to count these up. Turned out that out of 327 lots, there were 68 that were CAC'd. That's 20.8%. That's pretty low. Some thought questions. Teachers like to ask thought questions, don't they? Well, all right, why were 259 out of 327 premium lots, the Platinum Night auctions are big deals with high-powered, high-priced coins. But that's 79.2% in a major auction 11 and a half years after CAC was founded. They're not CAC endorsed. Okay, now I started thinking about the little kids card game, the Old Maid, the losers, whoever ends up holding the Old Maid. Now, if there are buyers who absolutely are confident in their abilities, they picked out a lot of coins, I'm sure, that were good and solid for the grade. You know, those guys who've been grading since the Truman administration or have a lot of skills. Heritage isn't dumb. Heritage has a tendency, just as the other major auction services do, to send coins that they're pretty sure will CAC off to get CAC to benefit their consigners and also more money for the house. But all right, didn't seem to happen too much here. So is the loser the one left holding the Old Maid? Thought question. Okay, here's a fun one for you guys. Steve Roach of Coin World, he was a former editor and he still contributes, thought he would do an experiment with, he looked up 1892 Barber quarters that had auctioned in a relatively close period of time. I've covered up what he wrote with strips of paper. I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds. Let's pretend that you're at an auction and these 4 coins are in the auction and you have just enough money to buy one, but you want to buy the nicest 1892 Barber quarter you can. And hey, here's 4 of them. Okay, I'll give you 10. And I know we're just grading pictures and we can't rotate them in our hands and see the luster and stuff. But if you could only pick one of these to bid on, which one would it be? I'll give you 10 seconds. And then we're going to go to the next slide where we'll see how these coins did. Time's up. Okay, let's take a look. And this isn't a competition or whatever, but all right, this is what Steve Roach wrote under each of them. Number 1 sold for $1,175, January of 2015. And number 2 sold for $552 and a quarter, May of 2014. Number 3, $434.75, March of 2015, and the last one, $417.33, November of 14. Look at the bottom, Steve Roach and Coin World, all were graded MS64 or 64 plus. Only number 1 is CAC. Now we don't know if the other 3 were sent to CAC, but the only one of the 4 and the one that by far netted the most money is number 1, which did CAC. Okay, we're getting close to the end. You've been very patient and I appreciate it. The summary, CAC with a total staff of 12 people, that's all, has influenced the big boys at PCGS and NGC to tighten up coin grading. How do we know? Plus and star grades for coins with strong eye appeal came along. All right. Anyone who's a coin collector or an investor has found it easier to locate coins that are solid for the grade or better, in part by looking for CAC stickers. We come to that CAC ad slogan, quote, because confidence is priceless. We come to Dennis Baker, you're not getting insurance, but you're getting assurance. What do you get from CAC? Collectors Club, free. The CAC population report and retail price guide, free. The CAC verification database, free. These things have opened new attitudes for collectors or investors at a minimal cost. $15 per coin for Collectors Club people, and no charge except postage for coins that don't bean if you're in the Collectors Club. Lastly, sight unseen buys. You've seen that about 10 times in this presentation. $85 to $100 million in active CDNX bids as of May at strong market wholesale levels. Add to collector investor security. And I got to give thanks now again to John Albanese for helping me with information over phone calls, and Mickey Kumpf, his right-hand person, his office, who's completely in charge of the office, for their help in updating the data and so on for this presentation. Okay, here's one addendum. There are two publications that I'm aware of that have come out directed specifically to CAC coins. This one's from Gracie from CDN Publishing. It's a retail price guide, which you can also get at the CAC website. A retail price guide of CAC coins comes out 4 times a year, every quarter. It's $40 a year or $10 an issue. Here's another one. Mark Ferguson, the guy who did that study of heritage coins, has a monthly newsletter. It's an independent quote unquote price guide of quote median buy and sell ranges. Costs $199 a year or $35 an issue. I buy each of them from time to time when I want to keep track of where the CAC market is. So they've been helpful to me. I get nothing from either CDN or Mark Ferguson or anyone else for putting this out there. Okay, that completes my presentation. I'm thankful for the opportunity, Bree, that you've given me, and everyone who was watching and is interested in finding out more about CAC. I hope I've been able to provide you information that has helped increase your understanding of CAC. And Bree, you can tell me now how, if people want to, have comments or questions, how to get them to me. And as I mentioned to you, if you get them to me by email, I'm happy to respond back to anyone that has a comment or question.
Great. Thanks, Bob, for participating. I'm going to send out a quick survey if you don't mind filling it out. Just let us know what you thought about the presentation so we know how we can update it into the future. We've gotten a lot of questions that have come in. Bob, I don't think we'll be able to answer them all. I think we have probably 60 questions that have come in.
Love it.
Bob has actually extended his time to do a live question and answer. So if you're interested in doing live question and answer with Bob, I'm going to attach the link right now into the chat. It does only allow for 100 people. So if you're really, really interested in it, jump on there. We'll cut off at 100. I have all of the questions that have come into the chat and to the question and answer feature. So I will save all those if we can't get to them. Here is the link right now. There we go. So I've just added it. Once I get in there, then I'll be able to let you in. But we still have about 8 minutes. So Bob, do you want to start answering a few questions?
I'll take whatever you got.
Okay, let me find the beginning. Sorry, a lot of them came through. Just gotta find the top. So the one that I first saw come in was, what does CAC stand for?
Certified Acceptance Corporation.
Sorry, I had it lined up and then I had to add that in there, so I lost my. Sorry about that, everybody. Here we go. Are there fake CAC stickers?
I have heard anecdotally that there are some out there, but now we come to CAC's 24/7 verification. If you even think that there's a possibility that a coin has not been endorsed by CAC, or if you just want to check, with your iPhone or your computer or whatever, you can confirm immediately whether or not that coin with that PCGS or NGC barcode number has been endorsed by CAC. I've never seen nor read anything in the numismatic press about this being true. I think it might be perhaps one of those kind of underground rumors that appear on the internet. But on the other hand, the Chinese in particular have shown themselves to be very adept at counterfeiting just about anything. So I wouldn't want to say it's impossible, but I think there's security in being able to, there's a CAC coin, I'm interested in buying it. I'll just get out my phone and punch in that number and see if it matches. So I think you're covered. If they're ever, I'll go out on a limb here. I bet if you ever bought a coin that turned out not to be CAC, if you contacted John Albanese, here I am speaking for him, but I think he would help you deal with that situation.
Do you see CAC coins holding their value or going up in value in the distant future, 10 to 15 years, above the value of the third-party graded slab?
Well, we just saw, and I strung this out from 2012 up to the present day. What we've seen is 8 years from 2012 till now, where CAC coins at auction are doing better. Can I guarantee that in the future? No, I don't know where the stock market's going to be, tomorrow or 10 years from now either. But I think you get assurance, to use Dennis Baker's term, and you get, what CAC has said, confidence is priceless with CAC coins. Neither I nor they nor anyone can guarantee what 5 or 10 or 15 years is going to look like. But the 12 plus year track record of CAC, when Mark Ferguson says every denomination, every grade with no exceptions, and when the data that I presented to you over 8 years supports that, yeah, CAC coins are bringing more money, it looks like it's a good horse in the race to put a bet on. Just no guarantees.
Why only PCGS and NGC slabs and not other grading services?
Yeah, and boy, I live close to Annex, and I love those. Michael Fahey, JP Martin, Brian Kent, Kat, those people are absolutely skilled. I remember there are just 4 endorsers at CAC, and they're busy. They're getting gazillions of submissions. It's my opinion, and I don't have this directly from John, but I think they've not expanded in part because there are 4 guys and they already have enough to do, and adding another service makes it difficult. Does that mean Annex doesn't have good coins? Here we come again to each individual has to make a decision. I own lots of Annex coins that I think are good coins. But it's my opinion that to keep their turnaround time manageable and to keep their level of submissions manageable, they're holding at PCGS and NGC submissions. That's my opinion.
So you may have just answered this, but I'm going to ask it again. Does CAC bean Annex slabs?
No. No, and they don't bean modern coins either. You can go to their website and see what they do bean, but let's say you had a first spouse coin, a gold coin, and they don't bean those. They bean classic coins. They'll do Franklin halves, for instance, which is kind of the tail end of that. But they don't bean every coin out there, and they don't bean foreign. There was a period in the very early going where they did just a relatively few Eisenhower dollars, but I think the 4 of them looked at each other and said, this really isn't us. So they stopped doing Eisenhower dollars after a certain period of time.
Awesome. All right. Are only MS60 to MS70 coins eligible for CAC beans?
Heck no. You can go to the population report, which is free at CAC, and you can send in, let's see, I'm trying to think of the lowest. I had an XF45 beaned recently, 1889S, I think it was, which is not a big coin, but it was one of a group that I sent in. But there are, if you have an 1893S or an 1889 CC Morgan, to name a couple of the keys, and it's Fine 12 or VF20 or something, no problem. It's one of the coins that they'll evaluate in terms of, is it solid for that grade, solid or strong for that grade.
Great. We'll do 2 more questions. And again, sorry if we couldn't get to your questions. I have them all here in the chat and in the question and answer, and I will get those sent to Bob after the presentation. But one question that came in is, how do I become a CAC member?
A Collectors Club member, you contact CAC. CAC Coin, www.caccoin, is it coin or coins? Geez, I can't remember if it's singular or plural. Google CAC and go to their website, and it'll tell you what you have to do to be a Collectors Club member and how to do it. I joined, as I mentioned, 12 years ago, and I don't remember all the details. I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning many days because of my age. But you can find out how to join there. And I know you have to be an ANA member, and I know you have to agree to, this is CAC's modus operandi. That's what they do. We don't accept modern coins. We just accept PCGS and NGC and whatever other conditions they have. But it's painless and it's free. I recommend the Collectors Club to anyone, but just plan to be on a waiting list for a while, because lots of people are trying to get in, and once again, they're trying to keep turnaround and submission levels manageable for them.
All right, we'll do one more question. How does CAC detect and guard against counterfeit green and gold stickers?
Okay, they're stickers once again. It's been a long time since I brought that up with John. I don't think they've found it or had any come to them. But as I said, in response earlier, I'm pretty comfortable that if ever someone presented a coin with a phony sticker, that John Albanese would deal with it. He's a guy of incredible integrity. But I don't know specifically there. I have the impression that none have turned up, but that could be wrong. I'm not certain.
Perfect. Well, thank you, everybody. Like I said, Bob's willing to do a live question and answer. So if there's questions you didn't get asked or you're dying to get your question answered now, I'm going to resend the link now. Somebody said it was the exact same link to this meeting. It shouldn't be. It should be a whole new live meeting. So I'm going to jump on. If it says waiting for the host, that's me just jumping on. I have to wait till I jump off for this one. If there's any questions that you need answered, that didn't get answered and you want to email them to us, my email is seminars@money.org. Feel free to email them there and I can forward them on to Bob. If you haven't finished the poll, I'm going to close it out here in just a few minutes. So please do that. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bob, for your presentation today. We really appreciate it. We have a certificate of appreciation coming to you into the mail. And the next presentation we have is counterfeit detection of, let me try that again. Detection of counterfeit and altar coins with Brian Solomon and Jim Robinson, and that is tomorrow at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. If you didn't get a chance to sign up for that one, it is full, so we will have it recorded and put on our website at a later date so you can watch it then. So thank you, everybody. We really appreciate your time today, and if you're going to jump onto the live one, I will see you there in a moment.
Thanks, Bree. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.